Previously on JJK.
Bruh.
JJK fans, we are eating so freaking good for 2026. First of all, the trailer for JJK Season 3 is finally here, and it's got me beyond hype.
But wait, there's more!
And to top it off, Gege Akutami announced a new JJK spinoff that is premiering within a couple days. But let's get into it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more anime and manga, news, reviews, and content from your boy Spam Folder. First things first, let's get into this trailer. The way the studio is seemingly handling the season versus how they produced the peak but destructive second season of the show made it very clear that this studio, MAPPA, is a mess behind the scenes. It's just peak MAPPA animation cuts, and it's looking like the fights between Yuji and Yuta are going to be extended, adding additional choreography, which was definitely a high point that made season 2 so memorable. From the fight with Mojuro to the whole Ask Hawaii music video sequence with Toto, where season 2 really picked up the pace, was the addition of moments that were not in the manga. The step up in quality, pacing, and storytelling was mostly due from the project switching from Seonghoo Park to Shotsugatsuzono. So Seonghoo is a GOAT in his own right. He's given us gems like Gata High School and Ninja Kamui. So you see the problem. Seonghoo specializes in crazy action scenes, but most of his projects are a little bit short on pacing and proper character development. A lot of people's biggest problem with JJK was the plot holes, questions unanswered, and rushing through story elements that definitely could have been expanded on way more. Like for instance, off-screening tons of sorcerers that were introduced during the Culling Games, or going into a bit more of Kenjaku's whole merger and how we just never got to see that be a thing. But I digress. When season 2 rolled around and Big Gashizono took over the helm, you could really tell that this was the source material on steroids. Key moments of the show were slowed down, really emphasized, and given direction that gave it a cinema level quality all over. This time around in the trailer, we see Yuta and Yuji, Chozo and Naya, and the series decides to bless us with our first peek at the awakening of Maki and the extermination of the Zenin clan. Yo, the same way anime onlys were glazing Gojo during season 2, best believe every girl and their mama is going to be cosplaying as Maki. I'm calling it right now. My biggest worry with season 3 is that it's going to be a repeat of season 2, and we're going to start hearing about all these animators melting down halfway through production and maybe have an unfinished version of the anime here that will only get on Blu-ray. But furthermore, it goes without saying that MAPPA is synonymous with jaw-dropping animation, but also being a terrible work environment and having a consistently unrealistic production schedule. Let these animators go home and see their families, man.
I hate it here! I want to go home!
We've got the Chainsaw Rize movie coming this September. The second season of Hell's Paradise anime will be running concurrently with JJK this January. This time around, I'm a little bit more hopeful for how stuff was handled behind the scenes, because while watching the trailer, I peeped that there was no Kashimo, there was no Hikari, and where the hell is Hukarumo? This all leads me to believe that if this season is 25 episodes like season 1 and 2 were, they'll likely take a mid-season break before diving into the Culling Games. In the first bit, we'll be covering the Yuji extermination and perfect preparation arcs first. Maybe, just maybe, Studio MAPPA learned their lesson, or maybe we'll be hearing stories of animators having mental breakdowns again. Who knows? Regardless, we know MAPPA will give us gorgeous animation one way or another. And then to add even more sauce in the pot, in addition to the trailer, Gege also announced something completely out of left field: JJK Shippuden. I'm not screwing with you. JJK is getting a sequel series, a short 3-volume miniseries exploring the grandchildren of Yuta and Maki. God damn it, Maki blowing my mind and breaking my heart all in the same week. I don't know how much more I can take. The story is set in the world of JJK's future, and it's definitely something that could flesh out the story or completely ruin the vibe of the original series. Just look at what Boruto did to the vibe of the Naruto community. But Gege is only writing the story this time around, with manga illustrations being done by vet Yuji Awasaki, artist of Cypher Academy. And boy oh boy, this man can manga panel his ass off. With him doing the drawing, this probably gives Gege more time to just let the story cook and actually marinate. This time around the narrative, Akutami is adding aliens into the story of Jujutsu Kaisen. I know I've seen this somewhere before. But all jokes aside, I am beyond hyped to know what's going to happen in the future of JJK. The new chapter of JJK 3 Modulo drops September 6th. With all the JJK news we're drowning in, are you hyped? What are your thoughts on the spinoff and the season 3 trailer? I must know. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, clear your recycle bin, delete your inbox. It's been your boy Spam Folder. I'll see you in the next video. Peace!